Hello, today is June 1st, and I wanted to show you the new mini journal that I've decided to work in for a couple different reasons. One, I found it on my desk in a big pile, and I thought, oh my goodness, I got this a year ago and haven't done anything with it. Second, I spend a ton of time designing online for Visual Faith Ministry. And, it's beautiful. I enjoy it. I love the color and things like that. But there's just a point when you want to touch paper, you want to rip paper, you want to glue. And so I thought, I just need something small that I can just grab and do a little page and kind of meet that need of tactile feeling, glue and paint and things like that. I have my art journal that I love to work in, but look how big this page is. I mean, that's a commitment to, start a page and get all the layers in and write things out and things like that. And I often don't have time like this to accomplish a page. And I like to start and finish. I don't like to do a little here, a couple hours later, do a little more. I want to start the whole page, finish the whole process. So I still have this book, but I needed something that's smaller, that I could just grab a page, and finish it. So this has a little 3-ring binder, which I love because I can take the pages out. My first page I did was very simple. It was just a card and I'll show you my little package that I had gotten. And then my word for the year is steadfast. So I found it in a dictionary, cut it out, and did a very easy page. So I'm going to do another page. These pieces of paper are very thin, so I have not decided yet if just adding things on the top is going to be thick enough. I might end up gluing 2 pages together to get a little thickness. I also have not decided if I'm going to work on the back side of a page that I've finished. So I think I'm going to just do the fronts for a little bit, and then if I end up really sticking to this, I could always go back and finish the back pages. So I'm taking out a piece of paper. Here where I live, they have a junk journaling little club, and I've only been a few times because it's on Friday and often I'm busy. But this last time I went, they were handing out, just cute little packages of junk. So this is one of the ones that I got. And actually, this card came from this little package. So I was thinking today I might use a couple of these little pieces and see what I can come up with. That's probably too bright for today. I do like the little puzzle pieces, the back sides of them. I don't usually like to get too 3-dimensional because if I ever want to write in there and something underneath that's there, it kind of gets in the way. But I think I might use something, just very simple. I don't think I'll be doing too much extra stuff on there, but I might grab a few things from here. This is the other kit they handed out, which was, kind of fun to go through. You never know what you're going to use, but I had not seen this before. I use leftover envelopes all the time, and I do art on them, but I have not seen where they print off through a printer. So that was kind of a neat thing, and I thought, oh wow, that's something that I can use in the future and put in the back of my brain to print things off. Obviously, on the window, the ink would get all goopy on there, but otherwise, you just wipe that off, and so I might use those eventually. So I'm going to start with figuring out first what words I'm going to end up with. Is it going to be a lot of writing? Is it going to be a little bit of writing? So I'm thinking of, since it's June 1st, I'm going to turn into my common book, which is from Visual Faith Ministry, the ministry that I work with. And it's June, so I'm going to turn to June and see. I think this is still May. Let's see where we are. This might be June. Nope, I'm pretty sure this is still, yep, here we go. So June's verse is Psalm 65:8b, which is the second half of the verse that says, "You make my going out of the morning and evening to shout for joy." And that sounds really cool. So I think I might use some part of that, either just the word joy or maybe a few of these words. But it's kind of sparked my interest, so I think I'm actually going to grab, I would normally do it on my phone, but it's videotaping right now, so I'm just going to grab the journaling Bible that I'm using. And it was 65. Turn to 65 real fast. Here we go. 8's down here. So let's go back up to 5, and it says, "By awesome deeds you answer us with righteousness, O God of our salvation, the hope of all the ends of the earth and of the farthest seas, the one who by his strength established the mountains, being girded with might, who stills the roaring of the seas and the roaring of their waves and the tumult of the people, so that those who dwell at the end of the earth are in awe of your signs." And here we go into this part. "You make the going out of the morning and the evening to shout for joy." And I just love that. And often when I see a single line, I always go back and read in front of it and sometimes after it as well, just to try to get more of the meaning of the passage. And I just love that whole idea of the morning and evening shouting for joy. So let me get to designing this little page, and then I will decide what words I'm going to use. This is kind of cute. It looks like a little fairy in a leaf. So I don't mind using something like that. It doesn't fit the whole page, so I think I might cut it down to size and then may add a little something over here. So let me cut. And do I want straight cut? Yeah, I think I do want a straight cut. And let's see what I need up top. A little bit underneath there. Let's see if this works. Yep, perfect. And now the decision is, do I move it over and add something on this side? Do I put it in the middle and just, like on here, I added just ink along the edges because there was a little extra on around it. I do like this. Some words maybe that came out of that little kit. Some words speaking out, or maybe I'll put this underneath. I don't use a lot of textiles and a lot of things. And I would love to start using them a little bit more. I think this washi is perfect. So I think what I'm going to do is put this washi along the edge. And then maybe I will, I'm having a hard time getting to the edge. Here we go. And maybe I will do this. And then that way the brown shows through it a little bit more. Yeah, I think I will. Let's cut that. Let's see if I need to cut the top part. Yep, I think I'm going to glue it on first and then cut. So when you have little lace, it's a little bit hard because if I put glue along here, it's just going to ooze through. So I think I'm going to only glue the part that's underneath. So I'm going to put a little string of glue. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I think I'm going to use tape instead. No idea if that's better or worse, because you know in mixed media you just kind of throw everything on and hope that it works. It always seems to be an experiment, which is always fun. I don't have one of those picky things that so many people I see videos of which I guess right now would have been really good. Would have come off easier. Okay, so let's get this out of the way. And let's see if we put this on here. Okay. And now I'll cut off the little edge. And there we go. And the sticky is coming through, which is good. Now, I don't have a hole puncher. This is this small. My hole puncher is, you know, the traditional, much larger one. So with this last one, I just kind of punched it through with, I covered it and then punched it through with a pen. It didn't work real well. I guess I could, if I keep this up and I'm really into it, I might then invest and kind of research, you know, a smaller hole punch. I probably have one in one of those. I have like for planners, a bigger hole punch that does 3 at a time. But I didn't look at it to see if it had this close together. Okay, so let's put this on. Pull it up a little bit. You don't see much of this, but you see a little. Okay. So I'm not going to use that. I don't think I'm going to use that little piece. I might end up at the end adding a couple puzzle pieces. But let me get out the verse again. Find June again. And I think, you know what, I do like the idea of writing morning and evening on there, as well as shout for joy. So I might do something where, let me grab a pen and decide what I like. I do not want brush, it's too big. Let's just do an 8. Hopefully this is one of the ones my ink is good in, because some of mine are a little bit low because I use them so much. And I always just use my normal handwriting. I sometimes play around with fonts, but I don't mind my normal handwriting. No one likes their handwriting, I've been told, and I sure as heck don't like mine, but I like the idea of if future generations were to find this book, they see my handwriting. So I think I'm just going to do a normal morning and evening. Maybe I'll capitalize. Morning, and I think I'm just going to do and then I'm going to do shout. That's where I want to put the joy. I usually love to write joy. I have a little script way I like to do it. I was going to try to write it down, but it would change it. Maybe I'll just write it down here. Yeah, I think I'll do that. Over her wings, I'm sure she won't mind. And then I turn it into, you know, you thicken certain little areas of it. And it just makes it a little bit fancier. So I think I'm going to do the and, morning and evening, and shout for, and then just an arrow. It's a little hard to write because I'm on the rick-racky type stuff, the lace. So I like this. I'm not going to make it real fancy. I'm not going to get into too many things, but I am going to put a little bit, I think I'm going to go with dark. I brought over a light one, but I kind of like the darker. So I will finish it up with edging a little bit, just to take that little white that's there away, give it a little bit of darkness, which always makes everything in the middle pop a little bit more. I do not think I'm going to go along this edge, but I will. I like scraping it, rubbing it a little bit, because I like the grungy art journaling kind of look to my junk journals. Kind of mix a few different things that I like together. Do you want that darker? Even rubbing it against that didn't get too much. So I think instead I'm going to just rub this side, scrape it a little bit. And it says, morning and evening, shout for joy. And I do want to write the reference on it, where I can find it in the Bible if I ever want to go back and read the full verse. And I might go over morning and evening one more time to darken it a little bit. But this was Psalm 65:8. So Psalm 65:8. And I don't need to write the B because I did not write out the whole verse. If I had written out that verse, I would have put the little B in there to make sure that people know it's the second half of the verse. Yeah, I just hit the stuff underneath and made my G funky, which luckily in junk journaling and art journaling and Bible journaling, it is all okay. So I am going to go over these one more time because I darkened the other. And this is very, very simple little teeny page using supplies that I got at my little club that I go to. But it's fun. It's fun. And now, oh, look at this. I wrote this, and that's right where the little circles are going to be that come through. So I might have to redo the little verse later on. But I'm just going to pop my pen through to finish it up. I might, like I said, I might need to redo the verse, or if the 65 shows, I know it's Psalms. And then I'm just going to add it to my new little mini journal, which I am excited about. And I doubt I will do a lot of videos on these little pages. Most likely I'll just probably share on my Plan.It.Art Instagram account. So hope you have a fabulous day and do some art journaling or junk journaling or Bible journaling.